So it was 2017 when a friend came to me and said, you should try and, become a full-time firefighter. The aspirations were there instantly almost when we were having that conversation. It was like, okay, an amazing career. It was serving the community and just allowing myself to, find myself in another way. And 2017, I applied for the first time. I didn't get it. I went through the interview process and I was not chosen. Second year rolled around thinking that, okay, this is my purpose, through God, that I would try again. This wasn't the timing, I would go for it again. Got through the interview process and did not get it again. I committed, I networked a little better, got to know more people through their stories, through their talks that I've had with them. And 4 years later from that first conversation, I ended up getting that phone call and saying that I was to be on the next academy. And I ended up going through the academy for about 6 weeks and had a bad evaluation on the 6th week. And the following week, I ended up getting a termination because of that bad evaluation. I can't tell you what it felt like to have to call my wife and let her know that I had lost my job. 33 years old, 2 kids, and an amazing wife. And trying to figure out, okay, what are my next steps?
So when that happened, when you got that devastating news, when it felt like your purpose had been lost, how was it that you decided to cope with now having to figure out who Marcus was going to be moving forward?
Once I lost that job, like this drive had just engulfed my spirit. It had engulfed something that, Marcus, you are not going to give up at this moment. You are to do something. And I ended up starting to run. And it was something that I just continuously was able to just keep my drive going. I was thinking to myself, like, God, you put me in this situation. It's for you to get me out of this situation. And that's when I ended up thinking of Seth. We've ran into each other a couple times, just randomly at Chipotle or other places. And, I remembered that he had started working at CedarCreek. And so I believe it was the following Sunday. I got let go on a Thursday, and that Sunday I was walking through the doors at CedarCreek.
Yeah, I feel like tragedy, no matter how big or small in our lives to other people, when it hits home like that, it's in those moments that we are most vulnerable, and that is when God sometimes does his greatest works and shows up at just the right time. And this is no exception. And eventually it led you to walking through the doors of church and coming in and recognizing a familiar face in the lobby the first time you came in and seeing Seth, and knowing that maybe this is the start of something cool. So you started building some relationships with Chad, with Seth, with myself, and just starting to step in and have conversations, and found a place where you can be you, and stepped into Grow Track, and something really cool there happened there, right? Like you experienced something that you never had in finding out what it is that makes you tick and why it is that you have been about service your entire life. So coming out of Grow Track, you were fired up and stepping in. What did you do coming out of Grow Track?
Students.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just like we ended up getting asked, my wife and I ended up taking Growth Track in October of last year. We took it together, and it was at that moment that things started clicking a little for me. The big thing for me is just being able to reach to those kids, being able to just feel their spirits and be able to help them in ways that, again, a 14-year-old me didn't know how to navigate life. I just still cannot believe to this day, going through Growth Track, knowing my gifts, and then finding out that there's an instant purpose to using those gifts and how I would use them today.
I love hearing that, because it's one of those things that God gives each and every one of us gifts, and he gives each and every one of us a purpose. And it's until we step in to put the time in to do the hard work, to find out how he's wired us and how he wants us to help make a difference in our communities, that then it just clicks. And it shows each and every time that you show up to the campus, the way that you serve, the smile on your face, the love that you have for people, for Jesus. It's infectious. And this is what it is all about, to be a part of the dream team, using the gifts that God has given you to make a difference. So thanks, Marcus.
Thank you.